Reality is, I have been banned from multiple platforms. Let's talk about it. You might only think that bans happen to scammy sellers that are selling knockoff items, that are not shipping people their items, but I am here to tell you it can happen to any one of us. I have been banned on multiple platforms many times. We're gonna get into it. If you are an oldie but a goldie, you already know some of these stories, but a lot of them are new. So here's what we're doing, friends. I was weary of making this video, but multiple people have DM'd me in my reselling group and on Instagram asking me to talk about all of the ways that people have been banned on various platforms. So I thought we could dig into the platforms that I sell on: eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, I should say I used to sell on, and whatnot. And everything I'm going to discuss in this video, I got full written permission from my reselling friends to discuss why they were permanently banned from some of these platforms. We're going to get into it, and then I will throw in my stories of when I was banned also. And I just feel like I didn't want to make this video because I don't want anyone to get offended. That's all I can say. I don't want. Everyone's talking about all these people getting banned. It's been happening a lot over the last couple of years, but I try to make my channel and these videos as helpful. Even if it helps one person, I feel like I've done my good job. So let's get into it, friends. But like I said, I got written permission. This is what makes me nervous. I got written permission because I was like, I need you to put in writing in this email that you are okay with me talking about this, because I don't want any crap a month later when you're like, actually, Nikki, I don't want you to say that. They all agreed because they want to be helpful too, okay? Number one, let's get into eBay. eBay is the one that scares me the most, you guys, because I don't think I've shared this with you guys on this channel. Some of my friends have been permanently banned for things that I have done in the past that I did not even know was a no-no. You already know I am a nerd. I have the list of everything I want to talk to you about. So these are some of the ones that I didn't even know. So I didn't know until a couple of years ago that if you get multiple Vero violations on your account, they can permanently ban your account. I did know that, you know, Veros are bad, and I've done videos on how I've been banned. I call it banned, you guys, and some of you get mad at me because you're like, Nikki, you're not really banned, you're just suspended. But if I can't list for 3 days on eBay, my main platform, to me that is being banned. But I've done stories on why I've been banned for 3 days on eBay with Veros. I've been selling on eBay, I just looked at my account, it's 16 years now, and I've gotten 3 Vero violations in 16 years. Is it 3 or 2? It's less than 4. I'm losing track. I believe it's 3. I went and looked at old videos. 3 Veros in 16 years. I don't think that is bad at all. But I do have a group member who no longer sells on eBay because in 1 year, she got 10 Vero violations. If anyone knows how many Vero violations you can get before they permanently ban you, let us know, because she said that she actually was on the phone with them. They were emailing. They wouldn't even give her a direct answer, but they did tell her that 10 was too many. If you don't know what a Vero violation, I'll put it on the screen, and I will also put a lot of resources in the description box, you guys. So please check the description box. I will list like any resources I find online, any descriptions of things, because I'm gonna be very like chill with my descriptions. But a Vero is basically eBay slapping you on the hand saying you're doing something wrong, stop it, this is your warning. The 3 Vero violations that I got were for using stock images. So let's say, like, I have this, this is a designer dress. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I think it's Koche? I don't know. It's Koche, right? I have this dress, and I photograph it, and I'm like, this sparkly goodness, they need to see this on the model. So I just Google the dress, I find a picture someone took, Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, and I put that in my listing. Technically, I'm not supposed to do that because I didn't take that photo. I don't own the rights to that photo. So the 3 Vero violations that I've gotten over the last 16 years were for that. But you can get Vero violations for a multitude of things, you guys, and and my group member was her account was permanently shut down. She had her account at the time for 5 years, and the reasoning is that she had 10 Vero violations in a year. So if anyone knows how many you can get before they permanently ban you, let us know. And there are a multitude of reasons why you can get those. I will link some helpful resources in the description box. This is another one. I had no idea. It's basically what we call in the reseller world keyword stuffing. So one of my friends, she was putting Lululemon style in her titles for like leggings that were from like Amazon. I'm whispering and so because is eBay gonna hear me? Like, please don't come after me. I feel like this is why I get nervous making, I'm not nervous, but I get weary of making these types of videos because I'm like, is my phone listening to me? Is it gonna think I'm doing this? I should put my phone outside of the room. I'm losing it. So she was doing that continuously. She would say things like, are there Lululemon style or Gucci style pants or Chanel style suit? I guess I've never done that because way back when I started reselling, where did I see this a lot? And it still happens like on Mercari and Depop. I cannot tell you how many times, it's like the wild, wild west of reselling over there. I will click a listing that says Gucci suit. They don't even put Gucci inspired, Gucci style. It'll literally say Gucci suit, and then I click the photo and it's a Shein suit that looks like it's flammable. Like if you get too close to a flame, you will catch on fire. You know, that cheapy beepy material. And I'm like, how? And these will be sellers that have like 1,000 reviews. Like, so they've been selling a lot on these platforms. And I guess you can get away with that stuff over there, but eBay does not mess around with this. And my reseller friend was completely banned because at the time, let me look at my notes. I want to make sure I quote her story correctly. She had 3,000 listings on eBay, and she said about 50 to 60% of her listings were style inspired, Chanel inspired, or she didn't have Chanel. She had a lot of Lululemon, a lot of Salvatore Ferragamo, a lot of Jimmy Choo and styled or inspired. So that is a big no-no. I just knew that I never did that because I knew that it's very misleading to the buyer. People do this on Poshmark, but they will put in the description usually like pretty clearly like, hey, I said this is Anthro, but it's Anthro inspired. I don't know if Poshmark's cracking down on that, but I know like firsthand, one of my friends, her account was shut down. And that's a huge store in my opinion. I feel like I have like a medium-sized store on eBay. I'm at like 1,600 listings, about 1,000 on Poshmark. To have over 3,000 items and they just completely, it wasn't even a warning, you guys. It was a complete ban. This is it. You should have known. I guess you're not supposed to do that. And so her account was shut down. Now this is a big one, and I think most of us know this, selling inauthentic or restricted items, even unknowingly. That is the big thing, you guys. All the platforms are cracking down on this. You cannot just say, well, I didn't know. Like, let me give you an example. This is my own personal Fendi bag. I can't list this for sale and sell it to Jenny Sue. I've told you this story time before about my friend who got banned for doing this, and then she gets it, Jenny Sue gets it, and it's not authentic. Well, I can't just say, well, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know it wasn't authentic. When you are selling on these platforms, I actually have their certificate of authenticity with this purse because I know I'm not a big brand girl. I do like this bag, but I know I'm such a reseller at heart, you guys. I don't keep anything forever. Like, I don't have sentimental value in material things, so I keep that in there because I'm like, I know I'm gonna sell this when I'm done with it. But you cannot even unknowingly sell things that are fake. So I always stress, especially if you're dipping your toes into the luxury, designer, anything, get it authenticated before you list it. If you just want to wear it yourself and not sell it, that's totally different. But if you're going to sell it, there are so many third-party authenticators out there online, you guys, that range in price from like 10 bucks to 40 bucks. I will list some of my favorites down below. Nikki, please list all this stuff. You guys, I am human. I will tell you, I will list a million things down below, and I forget. If I do forget, please comment down below what you're looking for. Like, Nikki, hey, I'm looking for the Vero definition, or Nikki, what's your favorite authenticator? Please remind me in the comments, and I will link it for you. It might take me like a day or two, but I will link it for you, okay? So that's a big no-no across all platforms. This is a wild one, you guys. This is a more recent one from another one of my group members. She was suspended for 2 weeks for keyword misuse. So she listed a pair of leggings and put Nike style in the title, and eBay said that was misleading. It wasn't even like, it's weird because she sent me the screenshot. It wasn't even like it was a Vero violation. It was literally just eBay's like safety department or whatever they're called, saying it's kind of similar to keyword stuffing. Like she put Nike style, but I think they were, I don't even know the brand, some brand. She showed me the listing. I can't even remember because I was so shocked. Like, really? They wouldn't just give you a warning? So she was banned. I call it banned, okay? She could not list for 2 weeks because they said that repeatedly, I guess they had told her that, and they were like, this is your last chance. Stop doing that. They really don't want you misleading the buyer. Because if you think about it, you guys, it leads to less money for them. It leads to probably a buyer that'll be like, I'm never shopping on eBay again. I thought these were Nike. And let's get real. We know buyers don't really read descriptions, you guys. They probably look at the first couple of words in a title, unless they're looking for something really specific. They look at the photos and they're like, okay, great. So eBay's gonna lose that buyer probably. They're gonna have to deal with an angry buyer. You're gonna have to deal with negative reviews, returns. It's just everybody loses. So I would say eBay is one of the more strict platforms because they've been around longer. Like, this is not their first rodeo, okay? And they're not gonna deal with the BS. Friends, so a lot of these bans and suspensions are one of the reasons why I always recommend cross-posting. Thank you to Vendoo for sponsoring this portion of the video. Quickly, I'm gonna show you guys some awesome features that they have coming out that really is like gonna blow your mind. It's really exciting. So I always leave my referral link down to Vendoo down below, but I always say it is so important to not put all your eggs in one basket, and to cross-post, Vendoo makes it so easy. Let's get into it. Huge thank you to Vendoo for sponsoring this portion of the video. I have been using Vendoo for almost a year now to cross-post to Poshmark, eBay, and I have been loving it, you guys. You can build and create your listings directly in Vendoo. You can use their background remover by photo room, automatically resize and format your photos. The list goes on their features that they have that come with using them, but they're also having a ton of new features a ton of new features that are coming out. You can see them on the screen. They have the send offer feature. You can now list on Vinted directly from Vendoo, and they have a ton of bulk actions that you can do. Like, you can make edits, delist and relist in bulk, which is such a time saver. So many of you are like, Nikki, how do you list more than 5 items a day? And honestly, Vendoo makes that so easy to be able to do, to draft and get ahead with my listings. And also, they're gonna have sharing coming up soon. It's launching really soon, you guys, where you can automate sharing Poshmark, Depop, and Grailed. So huge thank you to Vendoo for sponsoring this portion of the video. My affiliate link is always in my description box down below of all of my videos. If you use that link, you get a percentage off of your first month. And a huge thank you to Vendoo for sponsoring this. I'm really mostly excited about the sharing, you guys, because I use a different software for that. And since I already use Vendoo, it would be great to have all of these features in one place. So if you use Vendoo, let me know if you've tried out the marketplace sharing, and let's get back to the video. Across eBay, Amazon, and whatnot, try to keep your returns and your cases to a minimum. I have multiple members in my group that have been suspended, if not permanently banned, on eBay for multiple returns, very low ratings, open cases. Your seller metrics matter the most on eBay and Amazon. Amazon does not play with your metrics. Like, once you even have like 2 returns, you're on Amazon's radar. That used to stress me out so much about selling on Amazon. We'll talk about Amazon, but eBay does not mess around with your metrics, you guys. You definitely want to go into your seller dashboard and be looking at your metrics. I look at mine every single day. 2 or 3 years ago, I did videos on it on this channel. I fell below standard on eBay, and it killed my store for that month, you guys, because I had like 3 items was it 3 or it was a lot of items in 1 month time span that I just could not find. So I had to cancel the order as out of stock or don't have or something. And that is a big no-no in eBay standards. So I had to dig my way out of that to get back to above standard, because it really kills your visibility. It'll kill your store and your sales, you guys. So you have to stay on top of your seller metrics on eBay. You can track all of that in the seller hub, and it'll even tell you like where your problem points are. You have too many cases, too many returns, you're not shipping on time. That's another big one. Another one of my friends was suspended. I could do a whole video just on eBay bans and suspensions, but in the essence of time, because I feel like I've been talking a lot about eBay, you have to ship your stuff on time. You can set how long it'll take you to ship items. Like for me, the reason I'm not top rated plus is because I cannot realistically do, 1 day shipping. I just can't. I have a full-time job. I cannot do that. So I am happy with being, what am I, top plus? Or no, I'm top rated. And I'm just gonna stay there. I cannot offer any more than 2 business days. Okay, so like that's realistic for me. And I think you can do it up to 5. I don't recommend that because we live in the era of buyers living through Amazon. They expect everything will be at their door like overnight or within 2 days. So I try to recommend like 3 business days or less, but I mean, do what works for you. But if you're gonna set that time, you have to stick to it, because eBay not only tracks once you print the shipping label, but they also track when your post office starts scanning it. So that's also now a new metric. I don't remember when that started. It used to just be if you printed your label, you're on time. Like as long as you printed it, for me, let's say example, within 2 business days, that metric is on time. But now it's, did you print the label on time, but also has it started scanning at the post office on time? So they don't mess around with the metrics, you guys. You should live in your seller hub. Check on it weekly, if not daily. Let's talk about Posh, and then we'll talk about Whatnot. Because man, oh man, so many people I personally know too are just getting like X'd on Whatnot. We'll get into that. Let's talk about Poshmark. Poshmark is so much more lenient. You guys, I'm gonna be really real with you guys. I've been selling on eBay for 16 years, Poshmark for 6 years. So I have 10 more years of experience on eBay, but I can tell you in the last 6 years being like a pretty high volume seller on Poshmark, they are way more lenient. If you have to cancel something, I don't even know if that counts against you. I'm sure on the back end it does, but they literally just say, hey, make sure you don't have to cancel a lot, and that's it. Like I still get daily sales, even if I have to cancel a sale on Poshmark. But I will tell you a couple of things that my friends have actually been banned over. Marking pre-owned items as boutique when it's not. I had no idea. First of all, I didn't know people were doing that, and I did not know that that is so frowned upon. If you don't know, boutique clothing is basically new clothing that you can buy in bulk direct from wholesalers, and you can sell it in your boutique, like a brick and mortar store. You can sell it on eBay, Poshmark, but Poshmark has a very large buyer base of boutique clothing. Like it's huge over there. I told you guys, I just started dabbling in it in 2024, and I've been loving it to really bulk up my inventory, get a lot of new items. And because I live where I live in Southern California, it's so accessible for me to just go and like feel the quality and test things out and get samples. So I've really been enjoying it. But one of my group members, I keep referencing my group members because I chat a lot with them in the DMs, and they're so helpful, you guys. If you are looking for a reseller community where you can like make friends and have helpful information, and you can have like more direct access to me, like I don't know. I feel like I should be careful saying that, but I do talk to a lot. I talk to probably like 10 of the group members daily in the DMs. They give me a lot of like helpful video ideas like this one. I always leave a link to the group down below, but there's a lot of benefits to the group. Check it out. But she was telling me that she has multiple closets. That's another thing I didn't know you could do. I guess you can email Poshmark and ask to have different closets. One of her closets got shut down because she had a ton of stuff that was pre-owned, and she was marking it in the boutique category. You know when you're listing on Poshmark, when you can choose, I think if you choose like new, it'll say, is this item a boutique or something like that? And you can select that. And she was doing that for pre-owned items. Why was she doing that? I don't know. I even asked her, like, why were you doing that? She's like, I don't know. I just thought my stuff would rank higher up in search. They closed that closet, you guys. That closet had 800 items in it. They closed it. They allowed her to keep her other closets. She learned from her mistakes, but apparently that's a big no-no. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I have never heard of that. So she told me that they said, this is from Poshmark, boutique items are truly new with tags or new without tags items sourced from wholesale. That's it. That's it. Get into Whatnot, friends. So I've got a long list of things we could talk about Whatnot. Whatnot is still a newer marketplace, newer compared to like eBay and Amazon and Poshmark, and especially their clothing category. I started selling on Whatnot right when they launched their clothing category about 3 years ago. So they've been moving quickly, they've been growing quickly, and multiple people that I know personally have been banned. Number one, and we've talked about this with eBay, this is across all platforms, eBay, Poshmark, Whatnot, selling questionable or counterfeit items. One of my group members was actually banned off Whatnot, and she was really starting to build momentum and build a following. And I thank you so much, girl, for allowing me to share your story. She was selling upcycled items, and I've talked to you guys about this in other videos, but basically what she would do is, let me use this like Louis Vuitton wallet. She would take this Louis Vuitton wallet, which is authentic. She would cut it up and make like earrings and bookmarks and I don't know, like rings, and she would sell it for a profit. That is a big no-no on all platforms, but Whatnot is really cracking down on that. You cannot take Louis Vuitton's property, repurpose it for something that they did not create. They didn't create. They didn't intend for this fabric to be used as earrings, a bookmark. She even made like an umbrella. They did not allow you to do that. They did not give you the legal right to do that. So you cannot sell those items. Now, if you just want to wear them for personal use, like she was even creating t-shirts where she would take the fabric and like put it like on a white t-shirt, and it was really cute stuff. Like, it was cute. You can keep them and use them for personal use. You cannot sell them for a profit. And Chanel just recently sued a bunch of stores and boutiques and people for doing that. Literally upcycling, recycling their items. It is a big no-no. So I wanted to share that with you. My group member said it's totally fine. And I feel so bad because she was starting to really gain momentum. She told me she was making about $5 grand a week, you guys, on Whatnot. And there was no warning. It was just like, you have sold over 1,000 items. You should know that this is a no-no. You also have authentic luxury stuff you've been selling. You're just banned. That's it. That's it. So yeah, do not do that, you guys. Don't do it on any platform. Definitely don't do it. I was going to say don't do it on Whatnot. Just don't do it anywhere, okay? You don't want to be who the heck wants to be sued by Louis Vuitton? And the thing is, you guys, they have way more money than we do, okay? Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're a billionaire. If you are and you can go legally toe-to-toe with Louis Vuitton, good for you. A lot of us cannot, okay? And they will come after you just for the principle of it. They will spend money on these attorneys, like tons of money to come after you just because they want you to know what you're doing. No, not okay. And it will be in the media, okay? I just heard about this woman who had a boutique. Was it in like South Florida? It was somewhere on the East Coast where she was like upcycling things, and she actually got arrested, you guys. It's wild times, so don't do it. Canceling orders and shipping late. I feel like this is very common across all platforms, but especially if you are a high volume live seller or a high volume seller anywhere. It doesn't even have to be live selling. It's just more common with live selling. Like, you know, you're selling things at a steep discount and you sell 100 items. And then before you know it, you're like, crap, I have to work. My kids need to go to soccer practice. I'll ship these Monday. I'll ship them Thursday. I'll ship them Friday. This is what happened to one of my reseller friends. Whatnot gave her a warning. They said, hey, we take shipping times very seriously. We have a trust and safety department. We have a whole, you know, this is once they launched their like really detailed sales analytics. I think this was like end of 2023, beginning of 2024. It's very detailed, almost on par with eBay's analytics. It's very good. Are you listening, Poshmark? Are you listening? Whatnot did that really quickly. That would be great if we could have that on Poshmark. But they're watching, you guys. And she consistently fell behind with her shipping, and then she would cancel orders all the time. That's a big no-no on eBay, Whatnot, and Amazon, especially Whatnot. They look at all of these things, so they shut down her account, you guys, because it was a constant trend over months of being late, like taking 3, 4, 5. A couple times she said it took her like 6 days to get out 20 packages. They look at that. But the nice thing about Whatnot compared to some Amazon and eBay bans that I've heard about is that they give you warnings, okay? They'll call you. It's like she said they actually called her. They emailed her multiple times. They're like, what can we do to help you get back on track? I will say they do try more than any other platform I've heard of. And maybe that's because they're new. Maybe because they're not public yet. I don't know. But it does feel like they do want to support you, and they try. Multiple people have told me that when their Whatnot account was in trouble, a Whatnot employee personally called them, text them, emailed them. They were giving you chances. Now, if you're watching this like 4 years from now and Whatnot's completely different, that might be different. But in 2025, they really do try to help you because they don't want to ban you, especially for things like this. Now, the person who was doing the upcycling that had been selling a lot of stuff like that, that was an immediate ban. Or they also don't like harassment. Like, you can't be saying crazy things in your show. You can't be talking bad about other sellers. You can't be talking bad about your buyers. They don't like that either. Those can be immediate bans, but things like this, they really do try to work with you. I'm just gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there for Whatnot because I feel like I could go on. Whatnot and eBay are the platforms I know personally the most people that have been banned on, like permanently banned. I've never had any issues with Whatnot, knock on wood, nothing. I've never had my account have any issues with Poshmark, only eBay. eBay, probably because that's where I sell the most. And eBay and Amazon, where I sell the most and where I've been selling the longest, that I've had the most like suspensions. The longest one being 3 days. So I'll stop there with Whatnot. If you have any tips, tricks, comments, comment down below. But my tips for Whatnot: triple check your shipping. Make sure you can ship timely. Do not run these super long, like 200 item shows if you don't have the capacity to ship 200 items. Like, be very realistic with yourself about shipping, because that is huge. Of course, all platforms, check authenticity, no upcycling, no recycling. Try to be professional, okay? Try to be as professional as you can. And remember, you guys, everything is recorded. I always say, and I'm going to teach my kids this because I think it's really important for like kids, teenagers to understand that once it is online forever. No matter if you delete it, no matter if you erase it, it can always be found and repurposed and re-looked at. You guys think that Poshmark and Whatnot cannot rewatch our live shows just because they took Whatnot took away recently the capability to watch video replays, especially like video receipts. But you think Whatnot can't do it? Of course they can. They are watching everything, you guys. Like, when I got my Whatnot sponsorship stream, when I was really being consistent, it was a great time. I was tired and like 8 months pregnant, but it was a great time for me with reselling and live selling. Whatnot was like, we watch all of your streams. You're so professional. You're so energetic. We want to, it was like a sponsored raid train. So they were giving away $100 Nordstrom gift card for each live sell, and we would each raid each other, and it was all throughout the day. But I was like, oh, why didn't I think about that? Of course Whatnot's watching. They were like, we see the volume you're selling. We see your sales numbers. They can see all of that, you guys. They own the platform. So just keep that in mind. That is why I made it a rule that I don't drink. First of all, I don't drink at any work event. And you guys know I have a lot of jobs, and I have a lot of jobs where they drink a lot. Like real estate, I feel like every other day somebody's having a party where they're drinking. Open houses, they have drinks. My full-time corporate job, the company is based in wine country. Our corporate office is in wine country. Like literally every Christmas party and everything's at a winery, you guys. And I refuse to drink at work events. And I hold that also through live selling. Live selling is a job to me. And I think this might be because I have such a corporate background, but even my side hustles, you guys, I didn't know my earring fell out. It's just floating around in this, like, my 12 inches of extensions. You guys just see the gold thing. I treat every job like a corporate job. And so one time in a live sale, I believe it was when I hit my 1,000 followers on Whatnot, I had a glass of champagne and I was so goofy, you guys. And afterwards I was like, I'm never doing that again, because I was just like, I wasn't drunk. I had like 2 glasses of champagne, but I was like, you know, being a little more silly than I usually would. And I never want to lose access to any of these platforms because of something I did, like some silly behavior or just being goofy. So that was it. That was the only time I've ever drank on the job. Or like work event, that Whatnot 1,000 follower celebration, and I never did it again, and I probably never will. And I go into so many lifestyles, you guys, where people are smoking, drinking, saying crazy things, and I'm like, I guess they just don't care if they get banned, because Whatnot is watching all of this. Poshmark is watching all of this. So just keep that in mind, especially if you are serious about treating this like a business. This is more so towards live sellers. Just think in your mind that they are always watching. And do you want to lose access to this money? Probably not. So try to be as professional as possible, as much as you can. Okay, I literally went to someone's live sale today and she was crying about her husband cheating on her, and I'm like, oh my god, girl, you need to go to therapy. Don't tell. There was like 79 people in there, things that you should be telling a therapist. She was, and I felt so bad because she was so upset. And I was like, geez, this is not good. So just try, you guys. I know we're all human. I'm not judging, but just try to be as professional as possible, especially if you want to make it a sustainable part of your business and not get banned. Amazon is the most strict. I have not sold on Amazon consistently since 2023. If you are new around here, I was a hardcore Amazon and eBay only seller for many years. I loved selling on Amazon, and I quickly stopped really like 2023 once I got into live selling, because I just was like, I cannot do all of this. I can't be pregnant, a mom, planning a wedding, working full-time, part-time real estate, doing Amazon and live selling. Like, something has to go. So I let Amazon go. I have not sold on Amazon at all in like 6 months, but I will tell you the biggest things are selling ungated brands without approval and getting inauthentic complaints even with receipts. Those are the 2 times I got banned, and I got banned for a long time, like 2 weeks on Amazon for those 2 things. Also, failing to ship on time. And another one is using stock photos. Kind of similar to everything we just talked about, especially on eBay. Another thing one of my friends got banned for was not responding to buyer messages. She never responded to buyer messages. Amazon does not like that. They let it go a couple of times, but she told me in the year she had her account, she never responded, and they deactivated her account. So tips for Amazon. I feel like I'm a fraud by talking about Amazon right now because I haven't sold on there in so long, but I did sell on there, you guys, for almost 6-7 years. So what I have learned in that time, if you get a warning or a restriction, take it seriously. Some of their emails are so convoluted and so long. Call their seller help. They are very helpful. They will walk you through what you need to do, what you need to fill out. Like, they don't mess around. And if you really value your Amazon account, you need to take it seriously. Stay on top of your emails from them. Call them if you don't understand something. I was on the phone with them all the time because a lot of their emails were so long. I was like, I don't even know what I did wrong here. So call them, stay on top of your metrics, take all of their emails very seriously. But Amazon and eBay are kind of similar. Amazon is even more strict, you guys, where you need to stay on top of your seller metrics. You've got to respond to buyers, especially if you're doing seller fulfilled items. You cannot be late shipping those items. They will literally just ban you. And they don't take nicely to asking to be reinstated. They don't reinstate you. I've had 2 people tell me that they've tried multiple times and Amazon is just ignoring them. They will not reinstate them. All of this to say, I always tell you, I share with you what's working for me. I don't tell you how to run your business. If you learn nothing else from this video, please sell on more than one place. Sell on more than one marketplace. Of course, we are truthful, honest sellers. We don't want to plan on getting banned anywhere, but we don't know. eBay could just disappear. Look at what happened to Citizen. They sent out an email and then like a month later or something, they were gone. You never know. One of these platforms could just totally disappear. Or worst case scenario, knock on wood, you get banned. So that's what, I don't know if you can hear the toddler. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Sell on multiple different platforms and really try to build a reseller network where you can pivot fast, whether that be like some reseller friends on social media or joining a group and being part of a reseller group. It does help to share information, to gain insight. It really is helpful. I always, shameless plug, leave a link to my reseller group down below. You guys know there's multiple benefits. I've also been doing a lot of wholesale for my group members. So like today, I just shipped out 2 huge bundles of Rent the Runway items, and I really offer them at a great discount. They're all like high retail dresses, shirts, tops, skirts. They retail anywhere from $200 to $800. I also have like weekly Skims deals, Lululemon, all types of stuff, pre-owned bundles. And then there's other benefits to the group. I always link that down below. I also link my boutique by the box, referral code, Vendu, and I'll list all the resources from this video down.
Stars are